Hey, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Call Empowered Team. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about retention, but relational retention and how it can be for long-term retention for you, for your team, for everybody that you're working with. So I am Sabrina Diaz. I'm an Emerald Ambassador, and I'm going to give you some quick tips. So I'm going to screen share and hopefully this goes through, no issues. Okay, can everybody see it? Okay, so we're talking about relational retention and why this is so important with creating a relationship with your clients instead of just signing somebody up and walking away. Your job starts the minute you sign somebody up. So let's go through. So what does this really look like? It's a concierge service. We have to show up like we want to intentionally help somebody. It's not a half-assed thing. We show up, we ask the questions, we answer all questions, we listen. That's what we have to do. We have to ask the questions, sit back and listen. This also has to be duplicatable. So whatever we're doing has to be simplified and easy enough to push on to our teams that they can also do it as well. So whatever you're doing, you want it to be duplicatable so your team has the same success as you. What does relational really mean? Not transactional. Have you ever had like a bank call you or a scam call you and it's like that robot voice? You don't want to sound like that. You want them to know that you are a real person, you do have feelings, you care about them, you want the best results for them. Robots don't wait for responses, you do. So when you ask a question, don't jump in with another question, sit back and wait. And then you want your biggest takeaway. So people are reading less. So what you want to do is you want to get on your voice message. You want to get on the phone with these people. They don't want to read a novel. They want to hear your voice. They want to interact with you. Get on the phone and do it through voice messages. And I'm going to go more into that, what that actually means and how I get people on the phone, because I hear it a lot that, oh, I can't get somebody on the phone. I'm going to give you a quick tip how I get every single one of my clients on the phone every single time. So we have broken this down. Okay, we broke it down into 3 different phases. So onboarding and retention are 2 completely different things that get you max results. So we have to understand what each of them are. So there's phase 1 and phase 2 in onboarding and phase 3 in retention. So onboarding starts at the time you sign somebody. As soon as you get them, they say, yes, I'm ready. That is when your onboarding starts. And we're going to go through that. Phase 2 is your 4-touch system, what you do after you do the initial sign up. So those are 2 completely different things. Phase 1 is when you sign somebody up. Phase 2 is your 4-touch system. And then you have retention for after your first 30 days. And that's just your monthly check-ins. I personally do it on the 15th of every month. I have an amazing app called Project Broadcast. I set it up on the 15th of every month. I talk about their perk points. I talk about the product of the month. And that's how I send out my retention every single month on the 15th. But that's phase 3. So we're going to break down each one, exactly how you do each one and how to get somebody on the phone and create that relation with them. So phase 1, the ordering process. I have a graphic and it's in the Google Drive and I send it out to my clients. They say, I'm ready to sign up. And immediately my first response is, here's this graphic, send back all of this information, except your credit card number. I'm going to call you for that. So on this graphic, it says, what is your name, your birthday, your email address? This way you have everything in writing and there's no typos, there's no waiting. You have all of this information, but you say back, don't send me your credit card information. I'm going to call you for security purposes. Right there, They now know that you're doing this intentional, and that they are worth something to you, that you said to them you don't want their information out there. And for security purposes, you are going to call them and get their credit card number so nothing happens to their information. Right there, you're creating a relationship. They now know that they are important to you. Then you have them on the phone. So now you have everything set up because you already have all of their information. You get all the way to the end of the process and you say, okay, I have everything in here. What is your credit card number? As you're filling in this information, this is where you start asking questions, building more of a relationship. You have expectation management, which is on the next slide, and I'm going to dig into that, what that actually means. But this is a incredible time to ask the magic question. And this is why we say when we do the business and the products, this is how you combine both. You talk about both. So you ask them on the ordering process, if you get the results you're hoping for, are you going to let your friends know? That's not asking them to work the business. That's not asking them to share. That is simply saying, if you get good results, are you going to share these products with your friends? Are you going to tell them what you like? And that's just immediately planting that seed. So we're going to go into expectation management and what that means and what you should be talking about already on the phone. And there's a lot on this page. I'm going to break it down very simple. This is what you should be talking about. Key things to discuss. Consistency. Number one, we should always be telling them, this isn't a quick fix. You have to give this 90 days minimum. Don't set them up for a 90-day success. 90 days minimum. You have to be consistent. If you go to the gym once a week, you're not going to get the same results as if you went 7 days a week. Set them up for success. Drinking their water, how much they're supposed to be drinking, not just one bottle, not just two, half your body weight in ounces. Put it out there when you're talking to them. Be intentional with your words, set them up. And communication, I tell them all the time, if I don't know what's going on, I can't help you. Please be open with me. Talk to me. No question is a dumb question. I'm here to help you. Ask whatever question at any time. I will always get back to you. And if I don't have that answer, I will find the answer and I'll get back to you. Open communication and being authentic, letting them know like, hey, I might not know everything, but I will make sure that I get you all the right answers. That's the communication we're looking for. Some other key tips, we want them to make a list of things that they're unhappy with. Say, hey, write it down. What are things that you want to change? You can't make it to the mailbox, or you want to have a better workout. Whatever those key goals that they have them write it down. When they're on paper, those are going to be more realistic goals for them to achieve. So have them write it down. Another great thing is I have my clients take a selfie. I say, take a picture of your face. Take a picture now. You don't have to share it with anybody, but I want you to compare your face in 90 days. Take another selfie, put them side by side, and just look at the inflammation alone. Inflammation is where you're going to see the biggest difference, and stay off the scale. The scale is not where they want to be. Measurements, pictures, those are the things we want to focus on, not the number on the scale. Being a personal trainer, the scale lies. It does. It's not an accurate number. Measurements and pictures are accurate, and that's what you want to gear the conversation towards. So moving on, still in phase one, this is just continued. After you have the messenger chat, you want to start a three-way. Now, this is where things get important. Start your three-way with your sponsor. I have wording right here. I can send it out. This is what I send every single time. I just signed somebody up on the phone. I hung up and I immediately send this message. And let me put this down. It says, hey, Amanda, welcome to Plexus. I'm so excited your welcome pack came. I tagged you in a great post in our team page on how to be successful. So be sure to check it out and let us know if you have any questions. I'm sending you instructions on how to get started too. We'll break you in one product at a time so your body's not like, whoa, and we'll go from there depending on what you're seeing, feeling, and definitely communicate a lot. Let us know what's going on with you. Here is all of your information. And I've also included, sorry, y'all. I've also included my girlfriend Tova to our chat because that's my upline. So she can answer any questions you have if I'm ever not available. And then I give them all their info, the website, their username, their password, their subscription number, VIP number, and I set them up right there for what I want to talk about. And that is the initial message I send out every time I start somebody. I hang up and I send this message. Then we move into phase 2. So this is week 1 of them on the products. So their products came, they've been on the products for a week. You come in, hey, Amanda, I'm so excited to see your progress. Is going, tell me, what are you taking? What, when, how many? Ask them what their dosage is. How is your sleep? Be intentional. Wait for responses. How is your energy? Wait for a response. Same thing with their cravings. How much water are you drinking? These are all individual questions. If you ask them all at once, they may answer one or none, and then you're left with 0 answers. There's no way you can help somebody, and I'll even go back in if I ask, how was your sleep? And they answer me with nothing, I say, remember, if I don't know how you're feeling, I can't help you succeed. Let me know, how is your sleep? And that usually triggers the conversation to continue to go. You have to get them to communicate with you in order to have good retention. But wait for the response and be relational and talk to them and get, really just get really, really close to the person and really just start those conversations. Ask questions about their kids. It doesn't always have to be business related, but always ask these questions to make sure that they are on track, but you want to be a friend as well. So, okay, week 1 continued. Always keep up that excitement. You want to make sure that you're talking to them, you're excited for them, you're celebrating their little wins, talking to them about consistency, what it's doing for them. And I have on our retention guide, it's a video from Brooke Hemingway. And she's a nurse and she explains this, better than anybody I've ever watched. She has such a great way of explaining. She has a really sweet voice. She talks about it and she's very comfortable and very knowledgeable with what she talks about. I send her video because I can't duplicate what she's already done at an expert level. I just send her video and I use the tool. It's done. It's good. Use the tool. Her video is amazing. And we could even add that in as well. It is in the Google Drive on the retention format. So week 2, let me put this down again. Sorry, y'all. Says, hey, Amanda, checking in to see how everything is going for you. Are you getting into a good routine and taking your products consistently every day? Feel free to tell me everything you're feeling and experiencing, great or not so great. Then wait for a response. Once they answer, you have more questions for them. So this is still an ongoing, continuous conversation. How many ounces of water are you drinking each day? Wait for the response. How often are you using the bathroom? Wait for the response. Each time you ask a question, just wait for them to respond and then continue asking the question. This is how they're going to get the best results. This is picking apart each part of the system and asking intentional questions. If we just glaze it over and ask, how are you doing? That is a very big question. That can be, how are you doing with your sleep? It could be, how are you doing with your cravings? It could be, how is life going? You have to ask specific questions to get specific answers to get them to specific results. Always ask those questions. And then, okay, We go into week 3. So we're just doing the same thing. Week 1, week 2, week 3. This is just another part of retention. Just checking it again. Are you noticing anything more? Are you noticing energy, better sleep, reduced cravings, better digestion? Tell me everything. I want to know. Let her know. Let them know that you are engaged in this conversation and you really want to help them. I want to know it all so I can help you get the results you're hoping for, and wait for the response. And then once they tell you, what are they experiencing? I'm going to the bathroom more. I'm sleeping better. My skin is better. Celebrate those wins with them. It's those tiny wins that make the big results. Those tiny little things. Are they walking to the mailbox now? Those are the things we should be celebrating, those tiny little wins. Educate about how long changes are. If they've had diabetes for about 3-4 years, 3 months is not going to get them where they want to be. You have to heal your body, and you have to explain to them, you didn't get here overnight. Give it time. If you've had this condition for about 3 years plus, or a year plus, 2 years plus, it's going to take a little bit longer. Stay with it, trust the process, and build that excitement with them. Hey, listen, you're able to get to the mailbox now. You might not be able to sustain a whole class at the gym, but you can walk to the mailbox. Let's celebrate that, and we'll eventually get to the end of the class. Celebrate that. And then troubleshoot with them. Hey, the magnesium makes me feel a little bit more awake. Okay, then let's swap it. Talk to them, make the regimen for them. Everybody is different, and everybody is not going to take the same products. We're all going to take the same products, but we're all going to take different dosages. Each person is different. If 2 probiotics is good for them, then that's 2. They might need 4 if they have more yeast infections. Things like that. You just have to ask those questions so you get the right dosage. Troubleshoot all the time. What time are we at? Okay, so phase 2, week 4, we move on. This is when you celebrate that it takes about 30 days to get into a habit, and they've done that. Celebrate that with them. You're breaking out that old habit, and you're creating new habits and good habits. How are you feeling? Are you in a good groove right now? Wait for that response. And then in week 4, ask the magic question again. I'm so excited for you. You have more energy. Sorry, y'all. You have to share this, girl. People are so desperate to feel better, and who doesn't need more energy? Can I help you make a post? That's when you type up a post, send it to them, and have them post it and tag you. That is a really good way of getting them to start sharing. They've seen the results now. Ask them to share. So you've asked them on the sign-up process, and now this is touch 2 on week 4. Always continue to ask that question. And then we go into phase 3, the relationship building. Okay, at least 1 monthly touch-in about non-plexus items. It can be, how's your kids? How is that vacation? I saw the pictures you just posted. Tell me a little more about it. What's going on in their life? Be intentional. Want to get to know them. Want to be involved with them. Let them know you care. Retention is monthly check-ins, possibly right before their subs. But like I said, I do mine on the 15th of every month, and it works for me. It's a different time than the relational check-in. So you're asking them about their life, about things that they're posting about, and then your retention is a completely different reach out. Make sure that you are intentional. Remind them about their perk points when you reach out for the retention. Educate them on long-term maintenance, why you have to do this every day, like brushing your teeth. Remind them why they are doing this, why they came to you when they first started. You should have their health goals down, and why they should continue doing this. And then phase 1, 2, and 3, long-term retention. It hinges on how well you handle phase 1 and 2. That is how you get retention and good retention. It is being intentional in those first couple steps, creating that foundation and building on top of it. That's the relationships, motives, consistency, excitement and energy, and encouragement. That is what they are looking for and they need throughout this process. This can be very overwhelming This could be something that they're scared of, but having you there in their court at all times and letting them know continuously each month that you're still there. You're still there. That is comforting. And people who are comfortable are less likely to quit. So I'm going to stop sharing. And that is pretty much what I have on retention. That's what we follow. We are really intentional with building that relationship, and it works for us. So be intentional, build that connection in the very beginning. As soon as you do the sign up process, that is when the work begins. But it doesn't have to be work. Make it fun. Enjoy the process. Make new friends out of this and have long-term, clients, and you get to do this forever with them. So that's pretty much what I have for you all tonight. We have our pink power call next, and I hope to see you all there.